Okay. Vastu Nasti. Okay. Paramam Krishyamaha va? Okay. शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये दोर्भियुक्ता चतुर्भिस्फटिकमणिमयीं अक्षमालां दधाना हस्तेनैकेन पद्मं सितमपि च शुकं पुस्तकं चापरेण भासा कुन्देन्दुशङ्खस्फटिकमणिनिभा भासमाना समाना सा मे वाग्देवतेयं निवसतु वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना पूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं कोनयाति पराङ्गतिं गोष्पदीकृतवाराशिं मशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायणमहामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतपुस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं वैदेही सहितं सुरद्रुमतले हैमे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मणिमये वीरासने संस्थितम् अग्रे वाचेति प्रपञ्चनसुते तत्त्वं मुनिभ्यः परं व्याख्यान्तं भरतादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलं नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यः नमोस्तु चंद्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः हरिः ओम् श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः सर्वेभ्यः सुस्वागतम् अद्य गतसप्ताहे वयं सीता अपहरणं तत्पश्चात् शबर्या मेलनम् इति दृष्टवन्तः सत्यं किल शबरी उक्तवती पंपातीरे गच्छतु तत्र सर्वं कुशलं पंपातीरे तत्र तत्र मार्गः भविष्यति लङ्कादेशे गन्तुं मार्गः भविष्यति तत्र इति उक्तवती इति दृष्टवन्तः अद्य अग्रे किं भविष्यति इति पश्यामः अस्तु वा ओके पंपातीरे हनुमता संगतो वानरेण वचनाच्चैव सुग्रीवेण समागतः पंपातीरे पंपानदीं गतवन्तौ रामलक्ष्मणौ शबर्याः आदेशात् पंपातीरे गतवन्तौ पंपातीरे हनुमता संगतः वानरेणः हनुमत् वचनाच्च एव सुग्रीवेण समागतः. What is the meaning? Anybody wants to say? Nilima Mahodaya वक्तुम् इच्छति वा?
No. It's 59.
Just getting into the thing.
Okay. Huh?
I wasn't present last time, no, so I'm just trying to figure out where we are.
Chinta nasti. So last time the story so far is Sita has been kidnapped and they have met Kabanda, they have met Shabari. In fact, Jatayu has been cremated. Then they meet Shabari and then they meet first Kabanda. Then of course Kabanda says, you need to kill me and you need to sort of make sure I'm burnt. Only then I'll tell you what to do. Then Kabanda, once that Kabanda is released, then he says go to Shabari. Shabari is done. Then Shabari says go to Pampa Nadi. There, beyond there, from there you'll find a direct path to Lanka. So we are now at a point that they come to Pampa Nadi bags. There, Hanumata Sangataha. They get in touch with Hanuman. Okay. Hanumad Vachanat Cha Eva Sugrivena Samagataha. Pampatire Vanarena Hanumata Samagataha. Hanumadvachana Cha Eva Sugrivena Samagataha. That is the simple, very simple this one. There is nothing very complicated here. Okay. Pampatiram, Pampa Namna Naditire. Vanarena Hanumata Hanumat Anjaneya Swamina. They meet Anjaneya Swami.
Mahodaya, I'm sorry, but have we done this 57?
Huh?
I don't think we have done the 57th sloka.
57th, I thought what is 57th shloka? This is part of 57.
Obya gaccha mahatejaha shabarim shatrusudhanah shabarya pujita samyak Ramo Dasharathatmaja.
I think we did that last class. I don't have it here, but we did it in the last class. You can check the presentation.
Okay.
Shabarya Pujitaha. That's where we stopped last class. I remember the last class.
Okay.
Last shloka was Shabarya Pujitaha. So she gives, the story goes that she gave that bear, which was, she ate half of it and gave it to Rama and all that. So Shabarya, this is being Sankshepa Ramayana, that much of detail is not there.
Not there, okay.
Okay. But yeah, she does a lot of, she is one of the most respected devotees of Rama. She does a lot of Adara Satkara of Rama, tells what is happening. She listens to Rama she behaves all in one. A mother, a sister, everything that can be, who can console Rama, who can help Rama, who can do everything. And she is a bhakta. She says, I am there to do everything for you. So that's what happens. So here they meet Hanuman, Anjaneya Swami. This is where one of the primordial characters of Ramayana is introduced. Almost after 50% of the whole thing, this is where Hanuman gets introduced into the picture. So Hanumata. This is Vachana Vibhakti. Anybody?
I think Tritiya Vibhakti.
Hanumat Shabda.
Vadat Nagaprabha Mahodaya.
Hanumat Shabda. Hanumataha Shashti Asti va?
Hanumataha Shashti Bhavishyati. Atra Hanumata Asti.
Hanumata.
Pashyatu atra.
Hanumata. Tritiya.
Tritiya Bhavishyati. Pampatire Hanumata Sangataha. Vanarena Hanumata Sangataha. Pampatire Gatavantah. Pampatire Vanarena Hanumata. Vanarena api Karanameva. They get in touch with Hanuman. Hanumat Vachanat. Why is this Hanu Vachanat? Hanumat. Hanumad Vachanat Cha Eva Sugrivena Samagataha. They go and meet Sugriva there. So that is what happens here. So Hanuman, okay, Pampa Namna Nadi Tire, Tapina Anjaneya Swamina Sammilitaha, Anjaneyasya Vachanat Sugrivena Militaha. So I don't know, everybody knows the story of how Hanuman comes and meets Rama and Lakshmana?
Yes.
Anybody who can narrate?
No, Mahodaya, I don't know actually.
I think Sugriva tells there are two people who are there. Please go and check who they are, whether they are the spies of Bali or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, partly is true story. Yes. Nilima Mahodaya Vaktum Ichchati va?
They send Hanuman to find out who these two Tejasvi people are. They look like warriors. They are carrying their dhanush and barn, etc. So Hanuman goes in the form of a Brahman.
Brahman.
Okay, but why go find out? What is it that's so disturbing for Bali?
Because he was in this thing with
Hiding.
his
He
brother
was
Bali,
hiding.
you know. So they were fighting, and he had been sort of exiled. He was living on barren rocks and hills. So he
Correct.
thought maybe it was his
That
place.
place was actually where Bali would not come. That hill, he was cursed not to come there or something.
Yeah, it's fine. True. So there are two people who are coming and they are carrying their bow and arrow, but they are in a very attire of Valkala. Valkala eva santi. Sta parantu के इति बहु उत्तम प्रश्नः अस्ति किमर्थम् आगच्छन्तौ इति उक्त्वा he sends Hanuman. So Hanuman comes in the form of a sadhu. So first thing that he says is, you are so pious, everything. He gives them lot of respect, Hanuman. And that's one of the reasons. So the last time, there was this whole question of who is a better diplomat. Is it Sri Krishna or is it Hanuman? Is it Anjaneya Swami? Should Anjaneya Swami comes in the form of that? Should we take him as a higher diplomat or who is a better diplomat? So I don't think that is a question here. They are very good people. Both of them have done their jobs extremely well. Krishna, of course, as the Purna Avatara. Hanuman as a Purna Bhakta. So there's a very big, both of them have a very different set of characteristics and a very different way of dealing with things. So I want to bring in a few shlokas from the Kishkinda Kanda where Rama is speaking about Hanuman. The first impression that Rama gets of Hanuman.
He's a very intelligent person and all.
Yeah, that's a very
grammatically he speaks very well.
Yeah, we'll just see that. So basically, what happens is he comes and he introduces himself. He does not reveal that he is Sugriva's minister or anything. He just says, I'm coming by. Who are you? What do you want? That kind of the kind of persona that he puts up in front of these two, and says, this is what it is. And then when he finds out who it is, and then Lakshmana says, okay, then lead us to somebody like Sugriva. We want to meet Sugriva. So says, no, Sugriva does not meet anybody. So you can't go there. He gives some, this one. Then he says, no, it's okay. Then you take us to Hanuman. So that is when Hanuman, that is when Anjaneya Swami also realizes that these people already know that there is a mantri of Sugriva who is a Hanuman and all. Then he comes into his own shape and what he says. That is when Rama gives this impression about Hanuman. Okay, before we get there, these are some of the sandhi. Sangataha, Jashtva sandhi here and Jushtva and Jashtva sandhi are there. So let's leave that for now. Vriddhi sandhi is there, that's important. Pampayaha tire, Pampa tire, Hanumataha vachanam tasmat. Hanumat vachanat. Okay. These are the things that Rama says. In 9 shlokas, he actually summarizes who Hanuman is. Na Andrugvedaha na Andrugveda Vinitasya na Ayajurveda Dharinaha na Asamaveda Vidushaha na Asamaveda Vidushaha Shakyam Evam Vibhashitum. I am wondering who this person is. You see, there's a double negativity here. Anrugveda, not Rigveda, na Anrugveda. Somebody who is not in the know of the Vedas. So, who is well versed in the Vedas, who knows the Rigveda very well, na Ayajurveda. Veda Dharinaha. One who is in the grasp of the full Vedas. One who is not in the grasp of not Yajurveda. That which is not Yajurveda, who knows Yajurveda very well. Na Asamaveda Vidusha. He is fully well versed in Samaveda. Shakyam I'm wondering, I'm able to see. Evam vibhashitum. By his knowledge, by his talk, I'm able to make this much. Vibhashitum shakyam. I'm shakyam. I think I know what is happening here. This person is somebody who knows much more than what he appears to be. Noonam vyakaranam kritsnam anena bahuda shrutam. I have heard so many people talk. Noonam api vyakarana kritsnam. Not a single dosha in vyakarana is coming out of his mouth. There can be so many doshas of vyakarana that can happen, but not a single one. Bahu vyaharata anena. Vyavahara, he knows perfectly well how he needs to conduct. Na kinchit apashabditam. Not one word is falling which is out of place. So that which is properly uttered at the right time, at the right place. Nothing is out of place. Nothing, this is like, that picture perfect scenario. Na mukhe netrayoho va api lalate cha bhruvoho tatha. There is nothing wrong with his face. The eyes are perfect. Lalata, that is a broad, this one. And his eyebrows are perfect. Anyeshu api cha gatreshu doshaha samviditaha kvachita. I can't find a single fault in this embodiment that is standing in front of me. Avistaram asandigdam avilambitam adrutam urastham kantagam vakyam vartate madhyame sware. So the person who speaks in the madhyama swara, who has that tonal vibration in the madhyama swara, not shouting, not very low, but somebody who is able to utter at the right pitch and the right, tonal intonation can be perfect. That is the kind of vakyam, urastham kantagam vakyam vartate madhyame sware. Whatever he is speaking, he means his action. There is no lopadosha that I can find. Samskara krama sampannam, samskara krama sampannam, adrutam, avilambitam. Who is neither wasting too much time, nor is he going very fast. He is very, very measured in whatever he is doing. Na avilambitam. Avilambitam. He is not fast, he is not, in his samskara, he is very, samskara krama sampannam. The order in which all the samskaras have to happen. The way you need to come, you need to bow, you need to say hello, you need to do. There is a conduct, protocol, code of conduct of a protocol. In a forest, if you can find someone who is doing all the protocols absolutely right, this is that person who is doing it. Uchareti kalyani vacham hridayaharini. Something that is captivating my heart, which is his voice is very madhura, kalyani, one which is kalyanakara. And his talk is something that is captivating the heart. And why is he doing that? That means that he knows how to speak to whom. The same Hanuman speaks to Ravana in a very different way. That when we come to that. Here, this is what Rama is telling. Rama's feelings about Hanuman. You can imagine how he has spoken to get Rama to say some words like this. That is the kind of words he's used. Okay. Anaya chitraya vacha tristhanam vyanjanastaya tasya naradhyatna aradyate chittam udyatase rerapi. Udyatase raha. Okay, one. I think I need to look at this one. Okay, yeah. Okay. Who will not be very blessed? Who will not do an aradhana of this person? Somebody who is not in his right mind will not do that. He is that aradhya. He can be a picture perfect person sitting there, and just as a Vyanjana, I can just do Archana to that person. Evam vidaha yasya dutaha na bhavet parthivasya tu. One who has a duta like this, that means it's referring to Sugriva. How can anything affect him? How can he ever be affected by anything? Siddhyanti hi katam tasya karyanam gatiyo. He can do anything he wants. He must be really blessed. Sugriva must be a really blessed person to have a duta like him. Evam gunaihi yukta yasya suhu karya sadakaha. Who cannot attain whatever sadhana he wants to do with such a guna and gunai yuktaha? So much of guna he has. Tasya siddhyanti sarvarthaha duta vakya prachoditaha. Just by Duta's Vakya, if you can get so enlightened, what should be this one of that kingdom? This one. Evam muktaha tu saumitrihi Sugriva sachivam kapim. Abhyabhashata vakyagyam pavanatmajam. This is Pavanatmaja. This is Hanuman only, nobody else. Nobody else can ever talk like this. So don't worry, he is him only. Go meet Sugriva and get this one. This is what Rama says about Maruti, Anjaneya Swami. These are the words. This is even before he tells about his bhakti, or he says, I am a bhakta, I need this and all that. This is the qualification he has. He is of that high stature, knowledge person. You know, the way Hanuman is showcased in a lot of places is like somebody who is just jumping around, doing monkey tricks and all these things. But before we get into that, you need to know what is the kind of respect he is commanding. It is not out of blue that Hanuman has just made this one at some place and then said, okay, you do this. He's a Kapi, but he's a Kapi Shrestha. That's why he's a Anjaneya Swami who can still he has the same bhakti for Rama. There is no Hankara there at all. The Hankara has gone away and he's totally surrendered to Rama to an extent, in spite of being Vedavid, so in spite of being Vyakarna Pandita, in spite of being all the Panditas that you can ever think of. And he's Ashtasiddhi. By the way, he's also an Ashtasiddhi. As we'll see when he goes to this one and all, he goes to Lagima, Garima and all those things. So that is his capability. Even before he becomes a bhakta, rather he's always a bhakta, but even before his bhakta characteristics and all the actions that he is doing, just dismissing him as blind, there is nothing blind about these people. That's why there are Panchamaha Bhaktas in our this one. All of them are true Gnanis. None of them have anything less in terms of Gnana. That's why for us, faith is not blind. It is not faith. Shraddha is never blind for us. Right. So this is what it comes up. You have Prahallada, Bhakta Prahallada. Then you have Narada Muni of Narada Bhakti Sutras. Narada Muni is also a Pandita. Prahallada Maharshi is also a Pandita. Okay. Then you have Hanuman. Then of course you have Bhishma Pitama. The fifth one is Kuchela, that is Sudama. All of them are Paramagnani. Kuchela, to the extent that when Sandipini Maharshi was actually teaching them both, there's a beautiful story in Bhagavata. When he's teaching, he's talking about Brahma Vidya, Brahma and all these, what is Brahma, who is Brahman, who is Vedanta, is giving them a full detailed gnana about that. Kuchela is just smiling and looking at Krishna. He's the only one who understands the true Vedanta as well as he is a Vedavit. That's why these five bhaktas are really put on a pedestal in this country. It is not like they were there somewhere and just did not know anything and get into something and all. No, that did not happen. They were true Gnanis of the world and then became. That's why Gnana Marga and Bhakti Marga are not two different things for us. They go hand in hand. Okay. So, nevertheless, any questions on this at this point? Any thoughts? Any
Before this, there were four more sentences, right? There was a sentence with the Vakyam, Kante, Sware.
Madhyame Sware. This one.
What the second line? What sort of prayoga is that? All of that is Vartate, Madhyame, Sware. So.
Urastam Kantagam Vakyam. These are all Napunsakalinga. Okay. The Vakya coming. This is, see, Vartate. Vartate is basically here. Okay. This is a very simple.
Exist.
See, Vartate is exists. Right? That is the Atmane Pade Vartate, that Vart Dhatu. Okay. Vru Dhatu. Madhyame Sware. Saptami Bhakti. Adhikarana. Urastham Kantakam Vakyam Madhyame Sware Vartate. That is all. That is the Anvaya for this. His Vakyam. Urastham Kantakam Vakyam. Yes, what is Urastham? Anybody? Urastham.
Whatever is in his heart.
Huh?
Something that is in his heart.
Heart. So there is, okay, if we know the Vak Vaikari, see, there is what is called four parts of Vak. One is Madhyama Vaikari, Para Pashyati Madhyama Vaikari. Has anybody heard of this?
It comes in Lalita Sahasranam if I'm not wrong.
Okay, yes. Para Pashyati Madhyama Vaikari, Stitya and all that. Yes. But what is it? What does it mean? What is Para Pashyati Madhyama Vaikari? No?
Stages of mind?
No. Stages of whatever is said by the mouth. It originates as para. That is the ultimate one manifests in that form of a thought at some point. Okay. That is probably the chitta, what happens in the chitta. Then pashyati. Pashyati is that which is basically you analyze. You bring the component of your manas. What is manas? Anybody understands what is manas?
That's the intellectual, right?
Yeah, who was that?
Intellectual.
Intellectual, one word. Okay, what else? What is manas? What is mind?
The deciphering of the vritti, which is vritti.
Deciphering of the vritti. Okay, we'll leave that out. That's a little too technical here for now.
Or
yes.
the thought which is deciphering of that.
Okay, hold on to that. That is also okay. Yes, Fran Mahodaya, you had to say something.
I'm not sure about the translation of manas because I've always understood it as mind, but the intellectual process, I think it's more related to buddhi.
Okay, okay. Let me put the question a little differently. Is there a difference between mind and the brain?
Yes, yes.
What is it?
Buddhi is that faculty which will give you the judging quality. Mind is the one which will just follow your desire or how, in a way, how could you say that?
Okay. Physically, if I were to...
tangible and other is intangible.
One is tangible, other is intangible. Okay. So if I were to ask you, can you locate your mind and locate your buddhi, manas? Let's
no,
call
because, because all of them are the same. doing different functions. The same mind doing different functions.
Okay, no, hold on to that thought, Madhya. Sushila Madhya, I think you'll confuse it. Hold on to that. Okay, so if I were to say, can you point out manas? Can you point out buddhi in your body?
Physically, it's not possible, I guess.
What is not possible? Manas
To
is not
point out
possible.
Both.
manas is not, possible to point out.
Okay, what about buddhi?
Buddhi, you can still say it's part of brain, like physically, it's there somewhere. But
Okay. Okay, let me explain this a little differently. See, there are 4 things. Manas, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Okay. They're all functions that the body goes through in a lot of ways. That is part of the, I should not say that's part of the, you can't say it's body because body will literally, I'll have to transform it to Annamaya Kosha. So I should not say that. They are independent functionalities. Let's call it that way. They need to be in sync in some way. What is manas? Let's just think of manas. Okay. So, manas, if I were to just, I'll use Swami Chinmayananda's words here. It's the best way to describe it. It's a stream of thoughts. It's just a stream of thoughts. And I'll bring another concept here. None of your, and I'm making this, I'm making a very bold and very, very strong statement here. Please listen to it very carefully. None of your thoughts are in the present. They're
Are in
either
the?
are in the present. They're either in the past or they are in the future. Anybody who wants to dispute this?
No, it is always so.
It's always true.
Yes.
Mahodaya, that means if you are in the present, there will be no thoughts at all.
If you are
Yeah,
exactly in the
like that.
present, correct. If you are exactly in the present,
There is no.
there should be no thoughts. There should be no, because the mind should be absent at that point. I'll give a very simple example. Okay. We have taken, say, let's take our sleep cycle. Okay. We have the initial part as a rapid eye movement and all that. Then there is a part called the deep sleep. Okay. Deep sleep. What we call sushupti. Then there is what is called the dream sleep. Swapna. Correct? Now in the swapna state, your mind is very active. How? You can create a huge football ground. You can go play football there. You can fall down. Then you can see that you are feeling hurt. You get up. Then you see some tiger chasing you. You run because the tiger is chasing you. Probably you try to hang on to something. Then by the time either somebody comes and wakes you up, or probably it could be a multiple series thought. Suddenly you sit in an aeroplane, you jump into some other country. All those things happen, and then you are either very happy or suddenly you are pushed out of the plane, you are falling down, and suddenly you wake up and you find that you're on the bed, you're not in the air, and still you see that, you feel your part of the body where you are feeling pain, and also you see sweat. Correct? Now I can ask a very simple question. Who created that football field? Where was it present?
Manas.
No, but where?
We only created and it was
in my
not
buddhi,
present.
intellect.
1 minute, Sushila Murthy. How? Where?
We only created it by ourselves.
How? See, football field is what? We all know the size of a football field, and you are running in it. Where was it?
That's all our imagination.
but you are still present there. See, if you're imagining,
Mm.
you can imagine outside of your dream world. As in a Jagrat, that is in your wakeful state, you can still imagine a football field. Can you be running in that football field at that point?
No,
Why?
because in the dream state, our mind might be working very fast, maybe.
Because
Mm.
in your dream state, the buddhi is absent. Manas can take you on a trip. There is no logical reasoning that is being provided anywhere. There is that faculty is held back. That is sleeping. The manas alone can be active in the swapna. In sushupti, your manas is also asleep. So you can never say that, I am having a sushupti, I am having a deep sleep. Can anybody say I am having a deep sleep?
No, we can't.
You can say I only had a deep sleep.
Yeah.
Mahodaya,
Tell
in
me.
the dream sleep, dream state, if you are saying there is no buddhi, but who is experiencing the dream?
Manas. Manas.
Manas.
Manas is the one creating and experiencing.
But sometimes you can in the dream itself you can change your dream some like that. If you don't like, you can do something else.
You can do, yeah, that is, see,
Yeah.
likes and dislikes, all these are functions of the manas. Say,
Manas.
manas has 10 things under its control. What are those 10? The 5 pancha gnanendriyas. The eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and skin. That is your external receptors. It receives whatever is externally coming to you, right? And then there is an output. There is a response. The response is through the pancha karmendriyas, sorry. Hands, legs, voice, then the 2 excretory organs. Correct? These are the 10 things that the mind has in its control. Now, in your wakeful state, all these are fully active. Now, these are the reins. Then the buddhi is sitting on top of the manas, guiding it, okay, what it should do right, what it should not do right. There's a logical way of thinking it right and wrong. Intuitive, logical, both are there. If you're a right-brained person, you're more intuitive. If you're a left-brained person, you're more logical. It happens. Both of them are functions of that buddhi. Okay. Now, when your buddhi is absent, these are not functioning. That's why a brain-dead person cannot do any of these activities in the external world. However, the mind can still be present, where there's a lot of activities that are going on. No matter how much the mind tries to get this going, if there is no energy that is being provided from the brain cells or this one, it will not go and act. The action cannot happen. That's why sensing cannot happen. In a lot of coma states, you can't sense a lot of things. But there can be a lot of activity going on within the mind. Okay. And you are right about saying that, there is no, Gauri Modia was right. There is no physical part that I can say, okay, this is the mind, this is the buddhi, and all those things cannot happen. Functioning of the brain works in a very different way. Okay. So a flow of thoughts is what is called manas. Now, if you can control your mind, that's why yoga points you towards going towards that mind control by reducing your thought process. It is not saying don't have thoughts. None of our scriptures nowhere say don't have thoughts. It says observe what is your, I'm sure a lot of you do yoga here. So what does it say?
Chitta vritti nirodha.
Chitta vritti nirodha yoga. Correct? Chitta vritti nirodha. Now, buddhi, there is manas, then there is buddhi which is controlling these, there is guiding these things. Beyond that is what is called the RAM. Oh, sorry, ROM. The chitta. The long-term memory which carries all your Janmantara, this one, that is present there. So that Chitta, there is a lot of these vairis and all these, vyasana, then vasanas, all these are present. That is what goes out of the body. The Chitta is what goes out. That's where Chet, correct? Chetana, the consciousness. And that Chitta is where all this goes and gets stored. So the more and more you expend it out through your dreams or through your actions and through all these activities, that gets cleansed. The more that gets cleansed, your vasanas go out. That is where it goes to the long-term memory is not going to be a storehouse. So I used to have that beautiful thing, where you have a huge storehouse of prarabdha, sanchita karma. You take a bag, bring it to this prarabdha, this world, you live here, then, it's up to you whether you want to empty the bag or fill more as agami and go back. So long time, at least last year, I used to show that this one, nice, this one. Probably I'll bring it sometime and show it. So this is what happens. Okay, this is your manas. Okay, so why did we start? We started with Vakyam. How does that Madhyama and Vaikari come up? Okay, Para, it originates as Para, goes to Madhyama. The processing happens at the Madhyama stage. Okay. That is, what is this thought? What is it that it's supposed to mean? How is it that is supposed to come up? That Madhyama then translates to Vaikari. Vaikari is the decision which takes, it's a decision of whether I should speak this or whether I should not speak this. Then, sorry, I got it wrong. Para is where it originates. Pashyati is where it analyzes what this thought is all about. That's where the processing is happening in the manas. Madhyama is where the decision to speak, not to speak is happening. Vaikari is the final speech that comes out. Okay. All this happens without us understanding anything. Because we are so attuned to things, we are so attuned to doing this, that it comes out without our thought process. That's why if you have your mind controlled, know what is happening, then it gives a lot of space that the time that it can process becomes where even in the split second, it can process a lot of things and tell you exactly what to do, what not to do, and how to do it. Does that make sense, Gauri Mahodaya? That's where the question started, no?
Yes, but when like the first urdhvam or urdhvam, that if that is heart, and if he speaks very honest, that's the heart, you mean, right? Or
yeah.
So which means the sentence means he's very honest, in speaking what he thinks, like that's the meaning, right?
No. Here, see, okay, urastam kantagam. There is no difference between what is there in his heart and what is coming out as vakya. That's what it means. So, that's why whenever we talk of mind, manas, the moment you say mind, it goes to our heart. Correct? None of us say mind. Has anybody seen mind and somebody touching their head? Brain, at least somewhere it goes to that. But it's a function of the heart and brain system. And that's why when a shocking news comes, you are not brain dead, but you get a heart attack. Or your heart starts pumping, depending on what the quality of the news is. Right? So that is why it is not a physical function that you can easily just say, it is here is where I place this. It's a flow. It's a complicated flow. And nobody has been able to map it as yet the way I understand it. Yes, Sushila Mahodaya, you were saying something.
Yeah, I wanted to know now when you said that para, pashyati and all the four functions. So can you say that chittam is para and like that also?
I am not sure. I'll have to check that in the Vedantic text, how it goes. I am
Because,
not.
as you said, that then the mind sees it and then the buddhi analyzes it.
You should be right about it. I think it is right, because that is where the origin, that is where, see, these are all, what are these? These are basically vasanas that are germinating out of a seed that was there because of prarabdha. Now, technically, you are right. The germination should happen in somewhere in the chitta. because that is where it's all stored. Now, how it is processed is in the manas. Correct? Now, the decision to make it, whether to take it up or not, is done in the buddhi.
Done by the buddhi. Yeah.
Then the manas again acts to say, do it, don't do
To
it.
do it or yeah.
Correct?
That's right. Yeah.
So,
So then when
right, but I let it
the
think and
manas
come
is the
back to
one, the manas is the one which is at last telling, making the person say or do that.
Yes, 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 yes. Without the manas, there is nothing can happen.
Okay.
It can't happen. The manas is present. Manas has to be present. That's why in Hindi also it is said, no, man bana liya hai. Nobody says buddhi bana liya hai. You must have, please make up your mind.
Yes.
Right? That's a very common statement, right? So that is where it needs to come up. That chatter box, the continuous chatter box in our system, which is going on and on and on and on from the day you are born till the day you will probably die. Has anybody who can say that, I don't have any set of thoughts?
It's not possible at all. That is possible only samadhi, possibly, or deep sleep.
Deep sleep is one, but yeah, there are sadhus who have that control, but they also have a series. See, till that prarabdha is exhausted, there will be a set of things. It is just that whether you engage with it or you don't engage with it. Now, there comes a point that it is going to test you. There are things that needs to germinate and take shape. So they will come up, but still that's why you always have that free will. Last time we were discussing where is that free will?
The two paths which you want to pick up.
Whether you want to pick up or you don't want to pick up, right? So there is always that free will which is there. You can take the free will of not doing something or doing something. Both are actions. There is no point called akarma. There is always karma that is happening. Whether you use sitting quietly is also a karma where you are deciding not to do something. There's an active decision you are taking. That's what Krishna says. There is no state called akarma. Don't even imagine that. If you are alive, you are doing some karma.
And also that even if you are just thinking of not doing, the process of thinking itself becomes a karma.
Correct. Yes. It's a very deep stated thing.
So at the end of the day, Chitta is the black box of the body. After we die, that only takes the next whatever body. So it carry on like that, right?
Yes.
So Chitta records everything.
Records everything. That's where everything gets stored. That's what goes. That's what goes.
Chitta is equal to Sukshma body also, you can say.
Sukshma Sharira. That goes out. That state goes out. And there is a beautiful way it goes out. That's why we have the 5 Vayus. Udana Vayu's job is that. You know what Udana Vayu is? Okay, it can take 2 minutes, I think. We can finish this. You know what Udana Vayu is? We have 5 Vayus, no? That is Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana, Udana. Can anybody tell me what Prana, Apana, why do we name this? Why do we need these things?
I think Udana is that topmost, it going through the head. Is that so?
Okay, let me explain it differently. So it is, prana is that which is you breathing in. Apana is breathing out. Basically, until you are able to do that prana and apana, you have a life force in the system. The moment that is not there, then there is no life force. Correct? These are the 2 things. Vyana, if I were to translate it to the modern day terms, that is what is called the messenger RNA. So that is basically mRNA. So that is the transporting system of the entire body. Samana is the one which maintains the immunity of the body throughout in the right way. Udana is one where when commanded, the primordial reason for Udana Vayu to exist is to take out the chitta when the time is up. It is pre-programmed. When it says pack up, it's gone. That's it. There is no holding back of Udana Vayu. Along with this, Udana Vayu is the one which takes out all, which acts the moment there's a foreign particle in the body. Anything that is not right, anything that has to be ejected, Udana Vayu acts immediately. I'll give you a very simple test for this. Take a hair and put it on your tongue. See how you will react. It reacts instantaneously to that and says, this has to be ejected. It will do all sorts of things to the extent that it will bring you to a point of choking. That is the role of Udana Vayu. Ut is up. Ut is up. So, Udana. So, that is what is the role of Udana Vayu. So, all these are very detailedly taken up. All texts give us in very, very, very deep detail. In fact, Professor Mahadevan has designed a full-fledged factory just based on this Udana Vayu principle. There was a beautiful industry where there was some problems with the machine and machinery and all. What he observed was the outlet was not right. All the exhaust gases were getting accumulated in the wrong way. So they had to realign the whole factory to give it a full-fledged this one. And of course, after that, it worked well. So there's a very deep this one which can work on. And what is in Anda is in Pinda. Basically, what is here is there outside. There's nothing different. So it's the same Vayu, same this one which works. Probably a little differently. That's it. Not differently. It works exactly the same way. Just that it has many more dimensions to it.
So the one which goes through the Murdha, that is also that Udana only, right?
Udana is the one which takes it out. Which assists that getting out, the Chitta to get. Okay. Good. Any questions? Anything?
I wanted to know what is the previous line. Avasthit Kandigdam Avilamba. I didn't know the meaning of that.
Avastram. Asandigdam. Avilambitam. Adrutam. Avistaram. Not very long, not very short. He's not elaborating unnecessarily. He's not, some people have this, elaborate, long, this one. Asandigdam. To the context. Contextually right. Avilambitam. Not delayed. Okay. Adrutam. Firm.
Adrutam is?
Neither firm nor let off the grasp. Something that is very free flowing.
Okay.
So that is what Hanuman is. Okay. So then he says, go Saumitri, tell Saumitra to go and, that is Lakshmana, to go and do this. Right. So let's move on. Sugrivaya tatsarvam samshadramo mahabalaha aditas tad yathavrittam sitayascha visheshataha Sugrivaya cha tat sarvam ashamsat Ramaha Mahabalaha Aditaha tad yathavrittam Sitayaha cha visheshataha. So he says, Sugriva, they meet Sugriva and they say everything that happened to Sita is what Rama narrates. This is what is happening here. Mahabalaha Ramaha Sugrivaya Sampradana Sugrivaya Aditaha told Akyata Katayat Akatayat Tat Sarvam Asamshat.
Aditaha is told, huh?
No, Adita is not told. See, there is a catch here. See, there is Samshat Ramaha, correct? Now, if you do here, there is no Akara comes in because there should be Asamshat. Very, very rarely this can happen in Sanskritam. And Valmiki is an expert and where he's rarely done this. So this is actually Asamshat.
Because Sarvam becomes then also you have used, I was wondering why. Okay.
Yes. This is a very rare case. That's why I didn't ask anybody to expand this. Otherwise, it would have become Tat Sarvam Asamshat. So that this then it will become an additional this one this
line,
what is that
line would be the meter would be not right.
Yeah, the chandas will go wrong. This is this chandas should have 16 syllables. Sugrivaya 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All of this. Okay. This is all Anushtup Chandas. In Anushtup Chandas, there are 16 letters. Every shloka will have 16 plus 16, 32 syllables. So, because the syllable would have gone wrong, there is a usage, there is a grammar rule which can do this. Asamshat. So, this akara comes very rarely. This is very rare, but sometimes it can happen this way. Just be aware of it. Okay.
Aditaha, what is Aditaha you said?
We'll come to that. We'll come to that.
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Okay. Tat sarvam asamshat. Visheshata Sitayaha Yatha Vrittam Aditaha. Aditaha. What is Adi?
Before.
Beginning. Aditaha.
Panchami.
From the beginning.
Panchami?
Panchami. That is basically Delhi Taha. Bengaluru Taha. Adita. From the beginning, what happened? Visheshataha, he said everything. Okay, whatever was important was told. This is what is coming here. Mahabalaha, Atulibalaha, Sriramaha, Sugrivaya. Sugrivaya, straightforward, Sampradana. No, this one there. Arambhat. Avyaya Pada, Aditaha. Adi and Anta are all this one, no? Adi is an Avyaya. Aditaha. You are adding a Taha there, that's all. Okay. Tat Sarvam Sampurnam. Akatayat. Asamshat is akatayat. Said. Visheshena Janakyaha Yatha Gatitam. Yatha Vrittam. What happened with Sita? He did not, he also started with I am Janaka's son, I am Dasharatha's son and all those things. But then, what is the most important part? What happened to Sita?
Sita.
On the Godavari banks. Okay. So this is what was told. This is what he said. Right. Okay. Atulibalaha Srirama Sugrivaya Arambat Tatpurnam Akatayat Visheshena Janakyaha Yatha Gatitam. Okay. Okay. Then here there are some sandhis. Samshat Ramaha Jashtva Sandhi is there. And then that is all Visarga Sandhi. Okay. Mahad Balam Yasya Saha Yatha Vrittam. Vrittamana with Vrittam Anatikramya Yatha Vrittam. Yes, Fran Maharya.
What is the name of the Santi that we have the Lopa of A, followed by this Anusvara?
Lopa of Akara.
Like what you said that
hold on.
Valmiki only does?
Hold on. Her question is different. Yes, Fran.
The one that you said that this Santi is rarely used and just used by Valmiki.
Okay, no, this is not a Sandhi. Yeah. That is not a Sandhi. That's what I'm
Ah.
saying. This is not a Sandhi. This is a grammar rule which can be rarely used. It's an exceptional case. It is not common. It's nowhere common. So that's why I said it's a very rare case where he's brought in this way. So I was also a little surprised when I saw that. That's why I also went back to the Mula Ramayana from Gita Press and a few places and saw that this is how it is. So here, the reason it can be used is there is nothing else that can be made out of it. Shamsat will not be any word. Shamsat itself cannot stand by itself. Unless you add an akara to it, asamshat, only then it can become. So it is not a sandhi per se. So otherwise it would become masamshat. Sarvam asamshat, sarvam ashamsat. That would not be a sandhi. That would just be makara plus akara becoming makara. Right? So that is not happening here. So we should be very aware and careful about this. Okay. Sugrivashchapi tatsarvam shrutva ramasya vanaraha chakara sakyam ramena pritischaivaagni sakshikam. Okay. Sugrivaha cha api tatsarvam shrutva Ramasya Vanaraha Chakara Ramena Preetaha cha eva Agnisakshikam. Okay. Let me do the Akanksha, not the Akanksha. Okay, this is not Akanksha, this is Anvaya only. Let me do the Anvaya. Okay. Preetaha Vanaraha Sugrivaha api Ramasya tat sarvam shrutva Ramena Agnisakshikam Sakyam Chakara. So he, having heard all these things from Rama's problems, he got into a maitri, a friendship. Sakyam is friendship. How did he get in? Agnisakshikam, forged in fire. So that's why Agnisakshi is very important for us. Something forged in fire is not easily breakable. Correct? Take any two metal, how do you join them together? You melt them, join them, then it's virtually impossible to break them. Alloys are cast that way. That's one of the common examples. That's why Agnisakshi, even in marriage, it is important that we take Agnisakshi there. Okay. So that Sakyam is through Agnisakshi. If Agnisakshi is there, then there is nothing different. Okay, so that is the importance of Agnisakshi. So he takes that Agnisakshi with Rama. I'll be your friend for life. Something of that sort. Okay. Okay. Preetaha prasannaha kapihi suprivaha Ragavasya idam sampurnam akarnya Ikshvaku kulanandanena Agnisakshi kritya Maitrim kritavan. Any questions about this? Clear? Okay, let's move on. This is all Visarga Sandhi, Vriddhi Sandhi, Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Yeah. Agnisakshi. Agnihi Sakshi Yasya. Agnisakshikam. Yeah. Tato Vanar Rajena Vairanu Katanam Prati Ramaya Veditam Tasarvam Pranaya Dukkitena Cha Pratigyatam Cha Ramena Tada Valivadam Prati Tataha Vanar Rajena Vairanu Katanam Prati Ramaya Aveditum Sarvam Pranayat Dukhyatena cha Pratigyatam cha Ramena tada Valivadam prati. Okay. Let's do an Akanksha here. This is important. Pratigyatam. Kena Aveditam. It should be Aveditam. No? Why did we get to Pratigyatam? Kena Aveditam? Vanararajena Dukkhena Aveditam. By whom was it? Something was requested. Avedana is request. Correct? By whom was it done? Vanararajena Dukkhena Aveditam. Sugrivena. Kasmai Aveditam? Ramaya Aveditam. Katham Aveditam? Vairanu Kathanam Prati Sarvam Aveditam. What is Vairanu? Vairi. It is not Vairanu. Vairanu can mean virus, but okay. What is Vairi?
Animosity.
Animosity. Vairanu Kathanam. Animosity. The whole story of the animosity between him and Vali. Having said that, Aveditam. Kasmat Pranayat Aveditam. With folded hands. Prayatapani Sharanam Prapadye Swasti Sambhade Shvabayamno Astu. Okay. Tataha Dukkhitena Vanararajena Vairanu Kathanam Prati Ramaya Sarvam Pranayat Aveditam. Prarthana Kritavan. Kena pratigyatam, then pratigyatam. Kena pratigyatam, Ramena pratigyatam. He took something. He said, pratigya kritavan, pratigyatam. Okay, pratigya lena. You know that? What is taking pratigya? Taking a
Yeah,
vow.
oath.
Oath or vow. Kim pratigyatam? Tada valivadam prati. Valivadam karishyami iti Ramena pratigyatam. I will kill Vali. So the story goes that Vali they would have been, both of them would have gone into a forest to fight out some this one Dundubi or somebody. No, I don't know who the Rakshasa is. So that Rakshasa goes into a cave, and where only one person can go in, but the other can't go in, and all those things keep happening. So Vali they would have been very good brothers. Actually, they are good brothers. So he says, you wait outside, let me go in and finish this off. So what Vali says, what Sugriva says is, yes, I'll stand guard here. Don't worry, go and do this. So he goes in and then he fights, and that fight goes very long. He's unable to get on with this, and then it takes a very long time. So given that he's not come back after a very long time also, he thinks that Dundubi has killed him. Because otherwise, Wali should have come out. The logical conclusion. But he thinks, no, Dundubi should have killed him. It is too long. He can't fight. So he just closes the face, the front of the cave, and then goes back. Sugriva goes back. Without knowing that Wali is still alive and he is fought. Wali comes back after a very long fight. He destroys Dundubi and then he comes back. Then he opens it. And he thinks he's been cheated. Sugriva, he thinks that, Sugriva wanted the kingdom, so he did this and all that. There's a lot of misunderstanding that happens there. The misunderstanding would have remained misunderstanding had it been okay. But then as with most fights, one thing leads to the other. They lead to a lot of misgiving. Everything bursts out, and then Vali says, get out. He just throws Sugriva out. To that point, it would have been okay. But the mistake that Vali does, and the thing that Vali does is he takes away Sugriva's wife. He steals his wife and says, no, I will not let you go. She is mine now. He defeats Sugriva and he goes away. That becomes the problem. That is what that's why otherwise Vali and Sugriva are pretty much very, very cordial, this one. So, there is this whole thing about the Surya's son and Indra's son. They always get into a fight in most cases. So even in Mahabharata, you will see that, Karna is Surya's child, and then Arjuna is Indra's child. So both of them are like that. So it goes that way. And there was a very beautiful video. I don't know whether I still have it. Let me see. If it is there, I'll share it. There's a very good, this one of how our body functions, the pituitary gland. Some very good, I think a Harvard professor.
I have it. My sister gave that.
Okay, just can you share it in the group?
I'll share it later.
So it was basically how the pituitary gland, they are mirror images of each other. So they are exactly the same. One acts differently, the other acts a little differently. It's beautifully explained. So he brings in this concept of Vali and Sugriva there and says Ramayana has a beautiful this one there. Yeah. Okay. So that is what happens. So then this is the story. So that is the mistake that Vali does. He takes away Sugriva's wife. That is adharma. You can't be a thief and then claim that I am above everything. That doesn't work. So if we had just banished him from the kingdom, okay, you did a mistake, I did a mistake, I am going to rule, you don't come back, everything fine. Things would have been still okay with things. Otherwise, both of them are very noble characters. There is no this one of any bad, this one so on there. Okay. Tataha tadanantaram पीडितेन सुग्रीवेण शत्रुता हेतुक वैरी विषयात् प्रति राघवाय पूर्णं प्रेम्णः प्रणयात् प्रेम्णः with all the love and affection निवेदितं राघवेण वालिनः वधं प्रतिज्ञां कृतम्. Okay. Any questions? I think this is all straightforward. No, I don't think there's any challenging parts here. Okay.
Yes, Mahodaya. But there are pratignatam, there's one more prati. In the last line.
Pratigyata. One.
And at the end, there's one more prati.
Where is that?
The last line.
Vali vadam
Pratignatam.
prati. Ha. Tada vali vadam prati. Prati here is not. This is not. This is not a upasarga. Towards.
Referring to.
Referring to vali vadam. He takes a vow to do something. Here prati means towards, directed towards. The vow
Yeah, but
he takes.
already a pratignatam there. So
Pratigyatam is different. Okay. This pratigyatam, this is an upasarga. Okay. Gyatam. Gyatam is to know. Pratigyatam is to take a vow. Okay. Now this is very different from this prati. Prati is directed towards. Okay. Towards Vali Vadam, he takes a pratigya. He takes a vow towards Vali Vadam.
Okay.
So that is what it means. Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't put that prati here. Okay. Okay, I could have put one more line there. Okay, I just vadam prati pratigyam kritavan. Okay, this is the way it goes. If you look at this line, tam shrutva valinaha adharmacharanam cha gyatva Ramaha Sugrivaya Snehavaşat Valinam Vadham Prati Pratigyam Kritavan. 1 minute. Vali is used here. There is nowhere Vali. Okay, we'll use Vali in the next one. Okay. Vadham Prati Pratigyam Kritavan. You get that now? Is that clear? Gauri Mahodaya?
Yes, Mahodaya. Yes, Mahodaya. Yeah.
If you look at it, it will make it clear. Okay. There are some Visarga Sandhi, then Savarna Tirtha Sandhi. That's about what we have here. Vanaranam Raja Tena Vanarajena. Vairasya Anukathanam. Vaira Anukathanam. Okay. Vali Vadham. Valinaha Vadam. Vadaha Tam. Let's see next. Vali Nashchabalam. Tatra Kataya Masavanaraha. Sugriva Shankitaschasit Nityam Viryena Ragave. Okay. Anybody can tell me what is happening here? I have done the Padacheta. Valinaha cha balam tatra kathayamasa vanaraha. Kathayamasa, what is Kathayamasa?
Says.
Describe. This is Litlakara. We have done so much of Litlakara now. By now we should know this. Kathayamasa we should be able to get. Correct. What did he describe?
Bali is balam. Bali is balam.
Valinaha balam. Correct. Nilima Mahodaya. Vali is balam.
And he is a little doubtful about whether Ram is capability. Correct. Sugriva Shankitaha cha asit. Nityam Viryena Ragave. Will he be able to meet? Is he always like this? Is he always strengthy enough to do this? He is a little doubtful. Vanaraha Ragave Nityam Viryena Shankitaha asit. Sugrivaha Tatra Valinaha Balam Kathaya Masa. Okay. Question. Valinaha. Vachana Vibhakti.
Ekavachana. Shashti Vibhakti.
Shashti Vibhakti Ekavachana Uttamam. That's why Vali. Dirgha Ikara. The moment you say Dirgha Ikara with a Pullinga, you should be able to say it is either a Takaranta or Nakaranta. Here it is Valin. Is the Pratipadikam. So we will see. So Vanaraha. Vanaraha Ragave Viryena Shankitaha. All this straightforward. Sugrivaha Tatra Valin. See? Nakaranta Pullinga Sambandhapada.
Okay, balam. Kathayamasa, litlakara pratama ekavachana. This is all straightforward. Other things are straightforward. This is one nakaranta pullinga pada. Valin. Okay. Vali bahu balavan asit. Yaha tena. Okay, everybody knows the story of Vali. What is the boon that Vali had? You can read this and make it.
Whoever comes in front of him, their half the strength will pass around to them or something.
Transfers to Vali. Yeah, that's true. So whoever comes to fight with Vali, the story is that he gets half of his opponent's strength comes to him. So essentially, he is fighting with 1.5 the strength, and your opponent is fighting with half of his strength. So the two opponents are the opponent himself is half. So that is what it becomes whenever whoever tries to fight with Vali. So that is the story. यह तेन युद्धं कुर्वन्ति स्म तस्य अर्धबलं वालीं प्रति प्रत्यागच्छति स्म सुग्रीवः इदं विषयं सम्पूर्णं गृहीतं तदर्थं रामस्य प्रति तस्य शङ्का सहजः. So he thinks if Rama is going to fight, his also half this bala will go away. So how is he going to say that he's promised me that this is what will happen? If I go and challenge, then I am challenging Vali as it is. I am being kicked out. Now I am going to take somebody thinking that he is going to do something. Then his is also not working out. Then what is my status? So that is what his doubt is. So tadartam saha tasmin stale valinah shaktim avadat. He said, what is Vali's strength? Okay. See, valinah cha balam. Okay. And this is all Visarga Sandhi. Cha asit, Savarna Dida Sandhi. Asit Nityam. Okay, can skip that for now. Okay. Raghav Pratyayarthanto Dundube Kayamuttamam Darshayamasa Sugrivaha Mahaparvata Sannibam. What is this?
Fight between Dundubi and Vali.
Okay, but what is that? What is this shloka telling? Raghava Pratyaya Artham to Dundubehe Kayam Uttamam. What is Kayam?
Body.
Body. Correct? Compared to Raghava's body, this body was huge. Dundube. Darshayamasa. Darshayamasa is short. Correct? Short. Drishdhatu. Sugrivaha Darshayamasa. Mahaparva Sannibham. Mahaparvata Sannibham. A huge mountain in the name of that Dundubi's body, which was standing after he had been killed, was standing there as a huge mountain. This he showcased to Raghava and said, look, this is what it looks like. This is what he has defeated. So now you imagine what is Vali's strength. Now a body of that size of a Parvata is standing there. Now you imagine if he has to kill that person, what should be Vali's strength? That is the implication. So that's why a lot of these are, implied. That needs to be understood here. Okay. Sugrivaha Raghava Pratyayartham to Mahaparvata Sannibam Dundubehe Uttamam Kayam Darshayamasa. Yeah. So Darshayamasa litlakar. Nothing else is very this one here. So he wants to make sure that, he wants to tell Rama, look, you're not going to fight with somebody low. So be very clear. I'm your friend. I know that you have made a pratigya, but I don't want to lose you. You're a very good person. So please understand that what you're going to get in, know the strength of your opponent before you go there. So it is not somebody easy. Look at that Parvata. Look at how big he is. No, his asti, that is just his asti. That is what his skeleton remains of that. But that is as big as a huge Parvata there. So as a mountain. So don't think that he is low. So I just want to warn you. You have taken a pratigya for me. Thank you. I respect that. But please know this is what is the facts. So this is what Sugriva is telling Rama. Then what happens? Okay, this is what is, there is only one Savarna Dirghasandhi. Raghavasya Pratyaya Tasmai. The Mahaparvata Sannivam. Mahansha Asau Parvataha Tena Sannivam. It was a huge, this one of mountain. That is how big Dundubi was. And he had killed Dundubi. Okay. Utsmaitva Mahabahu Prekshya Chasti Mahabalaha Padaguštena Chikshepa Sampurnam Dashayojanam Bibedaja Punas Salan Saptaikena Maheshuna Girim Rasatalam Chaiva Janayan Pratyayam Tatha. Okay. Utsmaitva Mahabahu Prekshya Cha Asti Mahabalaha Padanguštena Chikshepa Sampurnam Dashayojanam Bibhedacha Punasalan Sapta Ekena Maheshuna Girim Prasatalam Cha Eva Janayan Pratyayam Tatha. Okay. Utsmaitva. Okay, here Mahabahu and Mahabalaha. Who is Mahabahu and Mahabala here?
Rama.
Rama. Why?
He is the one answering to that question.
Answering to that question. Correct. So it comes with Prekshya. What is Prekshya?
Preshayati.
1 minute, 1 minute. Yes, Vijaya Moday, you are saying something.
Mahabahu is Rama.
Mahabahu is Rama. That is correct. Yes. What is Prekshya? Tejal Mohdaya, you are saying something.
Having sent.
Sent.
Having seen properly.
Seen.
Seen.
Having seen.
Correct, correct. I wanted to, that's why I clarify this. Preshayati is sending. Preshati. Prish dhatu is sent. This is pra upasarga iksh dhatu. That also becomes preksh. Prekshati. Prekshya. Having seen. Having seen the asti of the having seen the asti, Mahabahu, he got okay. What's Utsmaitva? How many of us have heard of this word Mandasmita?
Smiling.
Yes,
Smiling.
Having.
Right?
So amused, smiling, amused.
Having smiled.
क्रियापदम् अस्ति न
Smayate
इति क्रियापदम् अस्ति न
Prekshya. Utsmaitva. He having looked at it, and having smiled. He just smiled looking at it first.
Mahodaya, it is similar to English, smile and smile.
Yes. The word smile comes from sma.
Etymology.
Yes, etymology is the same. Smile and this one. A lot of English words, most of the English words are derived from Sanskrit. I think 40 to 50% come from that. Some come from Latin. So that's how English etymology is. Okay. So, Padangushtena Chikshepa. What is Chikshepa?
Shipati, to throw.
Shipati, throw. Correct. Sampurnam Dashayojanam.
Yojanam dure.
Dashayojanam. Anybody knows what is the conversion of yojana to modern day mile kilometer? No? Nobody knows? 1 yojana is equivalent to 5 miles. Equivalent to 8 kilometers. Okay. So 80 kilometers. That's what it means here. With Padangushta, the thumb of his, the Angushta, that is the toes.
Thumb of the leg,
Right. Toe. With his toe, he just kicked that whole thing 10 yojana far away. Okay. Bibheda. Then he cut something through. Bibheda is split. Right. Bibheda ja punaha salan sapta ekena maheshuna. 7 sala vriksha. All of us have heard of sala vriksha. That's very common in South India. Sala vriksha is one of the trees. I don't know what it's called in English. So don't ask me that. But 7 sala vriksha with one big ashuna, with one big bow, arrow. One huge arrow. He left one big arrow. 7 sala vrikshas were pierced through 7 sala vriksha. Girim prasadalam cha janayan pratyakam tatha. So that's what he did. So just say, Mahabahu Mahabalaha Asthi Prekshya Utsmayitva cha Padangushtena Dashayojanam Chikshepa. Punaha Tada Pratyam Janayan Ekena Maheshuna Saptasalan Girim Rasatalam cha Bibheda. Full this one of 7 trees, he just got it out. He just cut it through and they went to some mountain and they fell down there with one arrow. That was his ability. That was Sri Rama's ability. That's what he showcased. Yeah. Then
With this toe?
Huh?
What did he threw with this toe?
This one, that Asti Panjara, what was standing there, no, of Dundubi.
Dundubi. Okay.
Of a huge mountain. Mahaparvata Sannimam. That is what he did. Drishtva mandam vihasya charangushtena dashayojana akshipat. That's what he did. Okay. Okay, so this is what happened. There is nothing very complex here in terms of the words here. So I'll just, you can go through this. There is nothing much. Yeah. Then there are some Visarga Sandhi and one Vriddhi Sandhi and one Savarna Divya Sandhi. Mahantav yasya bahu, mahantam yasya balaha, padasya angushtah yasya tena, mahancha sa ishuhu tena, maheshunaha. Ishu is the bana, that is the arrow. Okay. Maha ishu, one which is very long. Yeah. Tatah pritam anastena vishwastas samaha kapihi kishkindam rama sahitah jakama cha guham tadam tato garjat harivaraha tato agarjat harivaraha sugrivo hema pingalaha tena nadena mahata nirjagama harishwaraha. So this is the beauty of Sanskritam. See, there is Harivaraha. If you split this Dakara becomes Harivaraha here. So 1 minute, where is that? Yeah. So let me do that. Tataha Pritamanaha tena Vishwastaha saha Mahakapihi Kishkindam Ramasahita Jagamacha Guham tada. Tataha Agarjat Dharivaraha Sugrivaha Heva Pingalaha. Okay. Harivaraha. It should be. I'll just check this. Harivarahava, Dharivarahava. Agarjat Dharivaraha. 1 minute. Give me a minute. This has to be done. Okay. Give me a minute. I need to check one simple thing here.
In the book, it is Harivaraha.
Harivaraha, no, that is Harivaraha. Should be Harivaraha only. It should not be Dharivaraha. There is nothing called Dharivaraha. Yeah, in the
Harishwaraha. Harishwaraha it is.
Yeah, Harishwara. That is, yeah. No. In the Anvaya, I have done it right, but in the Padacheta, I have got it wrong. It is not Dharivara, it is Harivaraha. Correct. Harivaraha, Agarjat Harivaraha. This Harivara, Sugrivaha Hemapingalaha, Tena Nadena Mahata, Nirjagama, Harishwaraha. This Harivaraha is one Harivaraha, there is one Harishwaraha. These two refer to two different things. This one is referring to Sugriva, this one is referring to who?
Vali.
Vali. Here, first of all, Tataha Pritamanaha Tena Vishwastaha Saha Mahakapihi. Once he got all the assurance and everything, Mahakapi, he went towards Kishkinda. Kishkindam Rama Sahitaha Jagama Cha Guham Tada. They were staying in a guha, they all went to that guha, that is the cave. Tataha Mahakapihi Tena Pritamanaha Vishwastaha Cha Tada Rama Sahita Kishkindam Guham Jagama. Tataha Hemapingalam Harivaraha Sugrivaha Agarjat. So Harivaraha Sugrivaha Agarjat. He roared. Tena Mahatanadena Harishwaraha Vali Nirjagama. He came out. That is what it refers to. Okay. So let's see this. Tataha Mahakapihi Tena.
Why
So,
is he called Harishwaraha? Vali?
Harishwaraha. Hari is that is another word for Hari is another word for Kapi.
Vanaraha, Kapihi.
Vanaraha. Another word for Kapi. Hari. Harihi. Hari. Okay. So, Priti Manaha, Priti Manas, that is the Sakaranta. So, please note this. Okay. Then there is Akaranta, Akaranta, Akaranta. I don't need to talk anything much in that. Then Akaranta, Akaranta, Lang Lakara, that is also straightforward. Tena, that is also straightforward. Okay. So, this is all pretty much straightforward. Then Nirjagama, he came out. Any questions in this? No? Everything good? Okay. Let's move on. Tarantaram Sugrivaha Tasmat Prasanna Chetaha Labda Vishwasaha Ragavena Saha Kishkindam Guham Agachat. Tarantaram Sugriva Suvarna Varnaha Vanara Shreshtaha Sugrivaha Garjitava. Tena Garjanena Uchaihi Dvarina Vali Niragachat. Okay. We'll stop here for today. We are already run out of time. Okay. Anything that anybody wants to discuss? Any questions? Anything? Okay. What I'll do, I'll just do the Mangala, then we can. Okay. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahimahishah. Go Brahmanebhyo Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavanto Kale Varshitu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalinim Deshoyam Shobharahitah Brahmana Santu Nirbhayah Aputra Putrinas Santu Pautrinah Adanat Sadanat Santu Jivantu Sharadam Shatam Shunvan Ramayanam Bhaktyan Sayati Padameva Sayati Brahmanasthanam Mana Pujyate Sada Harihi Om.